Hello there fellow folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for the What If series. For today's vid, I'll be talking about the most incredible band of all time, that will be Queen. In this What If scenario vid, where Queen challenged themselves to take the biggest stage as Elvis, Tom Jones, etc., heading to Viva Las Vegas. So why am I mentioning about Queen going to Vegas for? Well, because they never experienced cause magic. Excuse me there, sir. What do you mean, magic? Well, I am referring to a kind of magic. A record that we all know today that this year in 2026 will be the 40th anniversary as June 2nd of 2026. So it had the audacity of an idea of where Queen takes them into the world of Vegas. So here's where the scenario, and I called it Face the Magic Residency. This would set right after their greatest hits tour in 1997-1998. Pretty much successful, and now the new surge came when surrounding of rumors what's their goal for the following decade for Queen. And the band joked around to do an intimate show or even get closer like a residency. And that residency part got them out of context by fans spreading rumors about Queen rumored doing a Vegas run. However, by 1999, they're in talks with the organizers with 3 locations, but one venue is sold to them, that is the International Hotel where Elvis performed there. But the organizers think it's a bad route for them. However, they disagreed because they wanted to honor Elvis and how Vegas came back in shape back in 1969. And by their show kicked off, they will be celebrating 15 years since the Kind of Magic album came out. A Kind of Magic will be resurrected in the 21st century. It was turned into a residency, performing the album including their massive hits. With their 2 other albums after the Magic album, Miracle and Innuendo, they would to do a 90-minute show. It would occur similar for future artists to take the stage at Vegas from Celine Dion and Elton John. Their staging and set got locked in place in September of 2000. No press or even none of the public didn't know about their upcoming residency. It didn't come in full place until the day of the album's anniversary on June 2nd, 2001. Roger Taylor, John Deacon, Freddie Mercury, and Brian May had a press conference at the Vegas Hilton that they'd announced that their very first Queen residency, titled Face the Magic, telling the press and fans who witnessed the press conference and excited for this upcoming residency. And not only playing the hits, but songs they haven't played for a very long time, or even playing for the very first time. Tickets went on sale for the entire run from July 11th to August 15th, and sold out completely like hotcakes. They will be on for only 6 weeks. So the first week is July 11th and 12th, then second week, July 2nd, 18th, and 20th, then third week on July 24th, 25th, and 27th, then fourth week, July 31st, August 2nd, and August 3rd. Then 5th week, August 7th and 10th, and the final 6th week is August 13th and 15th. But when it came to opening night, the room is freaking massive. And a huge dedication to the Magic album, and the audience wouldn't expect what songs would be performed. So in the 2001 Vegas set, they will kick off with A Kind of Magic, Breakthrough, Headlong, Don't Stop Me Now, Fat Bottom Girls, Don't Try So Hard, Father to Son as an interlude band jam session. Then we go with I'm Going Slightly Mad, Somebody to Love, Don't Try Suicide, Save Me, Who Wants to Live Forever, the Flash Gordon theme, I Want It All, Princess of the Universe, Bijo, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong, sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody as a finale, and then we have an encore, and it starts off with It's a Beautiful Day! And then we go with Is This the World We Created? And then we ended off the entire show with the encore of Face It Alone. As we all know now, Face It Alone has released from the Miracle Collector's Edition back in 2022. But at that time, The record was unreleased. So that was the first time ever to hear that record unreleased. Then, after the show, the audience were surprised. Everyone thought they would perform the entire record, but apparently they decided to change their set around like it. It was from their previous shows, from their greatest hits tour, or even from between the game to their Magic tours in 1980 and 86. With the audience reaction, it seems there's a demand out there, so they would not do a proper tour. What they would do is a residency tour, going a few different cities and countries months apart from each other. So where they would go? So the following year, they would go to New York, London, Tokyo as a test, if an audience wanted more in that year. So as 2002 came around, audiences needs freedom after what happened in New York. However, they'd been scheduled to perform at the Garden in April that year, so they wouldn't slow down as a process going through for the citizens. They will be performing for over 8 shows in New York, and then 6 shows in London in July, and then October in Tokyo. And then from their successful run of Vegas to their upcoming runs in New York, London, and Tokyo, they would have an amazing time, and the atmosphere would change it from one venue to the next. Also, their set will be different as well. So here's the 2002 set. So we kick off with Machines and We Will Rock You. Then we go with Play the Game, 7 Seas, Killer Queen, I Want It All, Somebody to Love, I Want to Break Free, Sheer Heart Attack, White Queen, then Fat Bottom Girls, A Bicycle Race, Is This the World We Created, Love My Life, Spread Your Wings, Scandal, Princess from the Universe, Under Pressure, Bohemian Rhapsody, and we end up as an encore, A Kind of Magic. After these shows, it seems that there's a demand out there. However, 16 shows had been selected for a 2003 dates. Queen will be going to Paris, February 9th, 10th, 12th, and 15th. Then Copenhagen, February 20th, 22nd, 23rd, 25th, and 27th. Then Munich, March 8th, 9th, and 11th. Stockholm, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th. Then Manchester, March 30th, 31st, April 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Then Buenos Aires, May 6th, 8th, 9th, 11th, and 12th. Then Sao Paulo, May 15th, 16th, 18th, 20th, 22nd, and 23rd. Then Singapore, July 5th, 7th, and 10th. Then Manila, July 14th and 15th. Then Auckland, September 2nd and 3rd. Then Melbourne, September 6th, 8th, 10th, 13th, and 16th. Then Sydney, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Then Toronto, October 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th, and 10th. Then Philadelphia, October 13th, 15th, and 17th. Dallas, November 1st, 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 11th. Then Los Angeles, November 13th, 14th, 16th, and 18th. And then in the 2003 set, we kick off with Innuendo, then My Fairy Queen, Another One Bites the Dust, Don't Try So Hard, Fat Bottom Girls, Play the Game, Let Me Live, Don't Stop Me Now, Killer Queen, I Want It All, Father, Son, and Daughter Interlude Jam, then I'm Going Slightly Mad, The Show Must Go On, Banjo, Bohemian Rhapsody, Keep Yourself Alive, We Will Rock You, and finally, We Are the Champions. After with these shows, by 2003, near its end. Apparently, there's more demand out there, but the fellas need a break. So they decided to do a massive tour that they can end at this point in their careers. But for their upcoming tour, it would not start in 2 to 3 years from now. However, they would have no idea how they would end this era of Queen. So the idea is go back to Vegas for one last time until they would have a full prep for their tour. So they can tell that their upcoming tour will be the largest tour that they ever done. When 2005 came around, they would go back to Vegas to prep themselves for the next 5 years on the road. It would be their last. They would play together before Queen would be on a hiatus/retirement. When these final dates got announced in December 2004, the fans were expecting will be their final call. A press came for their final dates for their Face the Magic residency. As they'd done 20 cities around the world, they would hop on an answer saying rumors about their Face the Magic residency would be their final curtain call. But they denied it. They have another tour off their sleeves, and they'll announce it, and it will be their final tour together as a band. It will be called the Rhapsody Tour. It would kick off in the following year as Face the Magic residency comes to an end. However, they won't be slowing down. They can do 1 or 2 more tours in their lifetimes after their upcoming Rhapsody tour. Who knows? With these final shows came around in 2005, they would go more spectacle as they didn't do during their 2001 run. So in the 2005 Back to Vegas, so we go for 5 weeks. In the first week is May 30th, June 2nd and 3rd. Then second week, June 7th and 9th. Then we go to June 20th, 21st, and 24th. Then the fourth week, June 28th, 30th, and July 1st. And finally, on Independence Day, July 4th, as its final week, or final show. So, we got the set list here. So we kick off with the Flash Gordon theme, with One Vision, then Invisible Man, Headlong, Seven Seas, Killer Queen, I Want It All, Somebody to Love, Body Language, Fat Bottom Girls, I Want to Break Free, Who Wants to Live Forever, It's a Beautiful Day, Love My Life, I'm Going Slightly Mad, Be Joe, Under Pressure, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Show Must Go On, and finally, A Kind of Magic. As Queen wrapping up their successful Vegas run, but they won't be done yet. They have one more tour before they will say goodbye. So that is all for the What If series. Hope you all enjoy it. Comment, like, and subscribe. If y'all haven't subscribed to me yet, please do so. You won't miss any content I'll be putting out. And hit the notification bell if y'all haven't done it yet. So, take care of yourselves, and see y'all next time.